This time I'll call the Budget Committee meeting to order and ask for everyone to please register their presence.
5 present, 0 absent. We have a quorum.
Turn it on.
5 present, 0 absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you. I'll now ask for the emergency announcement to please be registered.
Before we get started, let me read the emergency evacuation procedures. In the event of an emergency evacuation, an alarm will sound. Everyone should exit the building by way of the nearest stairwell in a safe and effective manner. If the nearest stairwell is blocked by smoke, use the other stairwell. Do not use the elevator. Once you have reached the main floor, follow the exit signs to exit the building and quickly proceed away from the building. Please be mindful of others evacuating and of emergency vehicles.
Thank you. Now I'll ask, is there any input on items on the agenda? Any input from anyone in the audience on items on the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to item D, approval of the minutes. This is the approval of the September 11th, 2018 minutes. They need your approval. They are in your packet. And do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Have a motion from Commissioner Kaler. Do I have a second? Second from Ms. Hannum. Will you all please push your motion buttons, please?
Okay. I'll do it.
Is it coming up?
I'll do it. That's fine. Okay.
All right, thank you. I ask now that if there's any discussion or any questions on this. Seeing none, I'll ask you to register your vote, please.
Five yes, 0 no. Motion passes.
Thank you. Item E, finance transfers, increases and decreases. Item E1A, this is Resolution 1810-001 with the Health Department, $9,500 to appropriate state grant funds to execute a Tennessee tobacco prevention and cessation initiatives. Do I have a motion to forward this to the Agenda Committee? Have a motion from Commissioner Stinnett. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Anderson. Is there any discussion or any questions on this? Seeing none, I'll ask you to register your vote, please.
5 yes, 0 no. Motion passes.
Item E1B, Resolution 18-10-002. This is for the schools. It's a $40,000 increase for expense incurred to obtain criminal history background reports that are required. Do I have a motion to forward this on to the Agenda Committee?
So moved.
Commissioner Anderson. Second by Commissioner Stinnett. Is there any questions or any discussion on this?
Yes.
Go ahead, Commissioner Kaler.
Wow, excuse me, it's kind of loud. Somebody's going to have to bring me up to speed on $40,000 for the background checks. I'm just, I know it costs and I know the process, but could somebody please explain to me where we were paying for it before and how it could go up 40 grand, please?
Troy, you coming up? Okay. Go ahead.
Ready? This is a new law that requires employees that work for Board of Ed or around schools to be background checked every 5 years upon hire, and then thereafter every 5 years. So we've got a little over 1,000 employees that have been with us longer than 5 years that this law requires them to go back through and be background checked, FBI and TBI and FBI fingerprinted. The estimated cost per report is $32.65 or so. So I just did the math to come up with that.
Who's conducting those tests, those backgrounds for us?
I'm not sure where we go get somebody in the office may know where we go get our fingerprints. I think it's down at Gunny's. And then from there, the TBI and the FBI pick up that and run a report and submit those back to the Blount County Board of Ed's HR office.
So this will be a recurring cost if you rotate people through every 5 years.
Yes, in the spring, we'd like to pick up, I don't know, 100 to 200 of the employees that are due to have that check done before next school year. And then next year, it should be around that same number. But every 5 years, unless we figure out a way to change the timing of this, you're going to have to pick up these 1,000 or so employees. So don't have an answer for that 5 years from now, but
Is there any other questions for Troy while he's here? Thank you, Troy.
thank you.
This time, if there's no other questions or discussion, I'll ask for you to please register your vote.
5 yes, 0 no, motion passes.
Item E1C, Resolution 18-10003 from the county clerk, $14,726. This use is to increase in vehicle title registration, and it is to hire a part-time employee to allow for better customer service. Do I have a motion to forward to the agenda committee? Moved by Mrs. Hannum, seconded by Mr. Stinnett. Is there any questions or discussion? Seeing none, I'll ask to register your vote, please.
5 yes, 0 no, motion passes.
Item F, discussion, possible action items. This is a grant application for recycling of used oil. There is no match, and it's non-reoccurring. Do I have a motion to, and this is for $22,377. Have a motion by Commissioner Stinnett. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Anderson. Is there any discussion or any questions on this? Seeing none, I'll ask for you to please register your vote.
5 yes, 0 no, motion passes.
Item F1, this is a grant application also for recycling equipment. It's a 50% match, $48,323.38. This is a non-reoccurring grant application. Do I have a motion to forward this on to the agenda committee? Moved by Commissioner Kaler. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Stinnett. Is there any questions or discussion on this? Seeing none, I'll ask that you register your vote, please.
5 yes, 0 no, motion passes.
Item F2, this is Resolution 18-10004. This is interlocal agreement between the Blount County, City of Alcoa, and the Solid Waste Authority for the purpose of locating and establishing and operating a recycling center on the Alcoa, Maryville, Blount County sanitary landfill property. Do I have a motion to send this on to the agenda committee? Motion by Ms. Hannum. Do I have a second? By Commissioner Stinnett. Is there any questions or discussion on this? Does anyone have any questions or discussion? Seeing none, I'll ask you to please register your vote.
5 yes, 0 no, motion passes.
Item G, that's your financial reports for information only. Seeing nothing else on the agenda, do I have a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Ms. Hannum.